This week, Stuart Weldon was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences in prison. Western Mass News spoke exclusively with one of the victim's family members about how he wants people to remember his sister and how his family is moving forward. Typically, Western Mass News keeps the names of victims of sexual assault private, but Anthony Ryan reached out to us wanting to share his sister's story. Western Mass News reporter Matt Satilli sat down with the victim's family.
She just was a really good-hearted person, and people that she cared about, she showed it.
Anthony Ryans sharing the memories of his sister, Ernestine Ryans, with Western Mass News. Her life was tragically cut short at the hands of Stuart Weldon, who was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences Thursday afternoon at the Roderick, Ireland courthouse. Ryans accompanied Ernestine's daughters, his nieces, to court to share their victim witness impact statements.
They knew it was going to be difficult, but they wanted to be in. They wanted to be there, and they wanted to speak there. They wanted to speak, and they felt they were doing it for their mom.
The sentencing coming just days after Weldon changed his plea to guilty, which offered a sense of closure for Ryans.
I was very angry for a long period of time about how things happened with my sister, and it didn't get me anywhere. It sucks the life out of you. He
knew Thursday would be a tough day, but he says it allowed the families of all 3 victims to be there for one another.
Yesterday was the first time where we really spent a lot of time together and being in mourning for each other and comforting to each other.
Ryans shared one of his best memories with Ernestine from their childhood, when she would recruit the kids in the neighborhood to come outside and play for hours.
She wasn't afraid to talk and voice her opinion. She wasn't afraid to speak to people. She was a good communicator, and I always admired that about her. Always.
He says he's using this as an opportunity to be an advocate for people like his nieces moving forward.
This wasn't a role that I foresaw myself doing, but after something like this happened to a family member, a loved one, it kind of makes you, it kind of takes your life in a different direction.
For Western Mass News, I'm Matt Satilli.
Weldon requested to serve his time in a Florida prison, but the judge denied it. Hampton District Attorney Anthony Gallooni tells Western Mass News he will more than likely be located here in the Bay State.